Everyone out there in gaming land is so busy sucking Master Chief's big metal dick that they never took the time to wipe the oil off their chin and wonder if maybe, just maybe, if they keep making Halo games, eventually a few would be terrible. Halo 5 proves this point.
Here we go!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Brett's not here this week, and we're going Halo crazy because it's a gigantic title. It kicks off the fall gaming season, it's not without its shortcomings, and none of us got into the Overwatch beta despite the fact that you would assume that the company that we work for would be able to sort something like that out.
It's a startup. This whole thing starts off with something that's totally not Halo's fault, but the fact that it's an Xbox exclusive certainly doesn't help. If you pre-ordered this on Xbox Live like the modern human being that you are, you may have noticed that the service fucking sucks despite how fast your connection is.
Yup.
And throwing on a 9 GB day one patch to fix multiplayer issues certainly didn't help, even if you had it preloaded. And of course, if you did buy the physical copy, you still have to install it.
Damn it!
And then download the 9 GB patch.
What are we doing?
It's just terrible, and it should be considered a human rights violation. I expect to see all of the heads of Microsoft taken before the Hague for a tribunal for
This
war
should be
crimes.
Obama's last executive order.
Yeah.
Make it a human rights violation, have to download a 9 GB day one
Bernie
patch.
Sanders will do something about it.
Anyways, this happens with any game in the modern era. Let's move on to my biggest pet peeve with this specific game because I'll be honest, I've been a fan of the Halo series, except for Halo Wars, ever since I was playing the first one back at my parents' house. My biggest problem with this game is the inaccurate way in which it claims to be 60 frames per second. When it works, it looks beautiful. When it works. Most of the time I found myself looking at 60 frames when it was something happening within 20 feet of me. But anything past that point was happening at such a low frame rate, it was honestly comical. Look, there's an enemy running by. Listen, I'd much rather sacrifice an attempt at 60 FPS for a game that flows well all around. And I'm not talking about players that were so far away that it's justifiable. I'm talking about players 30 to 40 feet game distance away. And even in single player mode. What the hell is that? I bet there's a 55 gig download. Make it smooth. Anyways.
Of course, this is all anecdotal. Maybe you haven't noticed this. Maybe it doesn't bother you because you have low standards.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, the game does look pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a triumph of graphics for what the Xbox One can achieve so far, despite already being a few years old in regards to tech. Let's focus on one thing that we can still all agree on. Every nerd in the entire world who's ever been a part of any sci-fi franchise using Nathan Fillion in their product because it's cool. Literally, fuck you.
Yeah.
Nothing takes you out of the immersion of a science fiction fantasy game quicker than seeing his goddamn face or hearing his goddamn voice, because in every goddamn thing that has anything to do with nerd culture, goddammit.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sure that him and Will Wheaton, they're both probably nice guys.
Sure.
But come on, we get it. People who develop games watch Star Trek and Firefly. We get it.
Well, he was Wesley on TNT, and now he's a grown-up and put him on the back.
Shut up.
But what about the campaign itself? Is it any good?
No.
And it's frustrating too. If you thought that Destiny's campaign was short and pointless, then strap in, lads, because you just bought a one-way ticket to Planet Disappointment.
Aw.
But we'll let Shibby talk about that in his review. Yes, even Shibby has things to say about this
We're
game.
all shitting on it.
Yeah, but before I let it go completely, I do want to say that I really enjoy the multiplayer, specifically Warzone, because it's actually something different. And to be honest, I don't even mind the rec cards all that much, and Arena is, of course, fun. And overall, this game is fun, but that's not our job to talk about how fun this game is on this show. We're supposed to find its shortcomings.
This isn't Kotaku.
Yeah.
This isn't IGN. This isn't fucking Polygon.
Not 10 out of 10 here, baby. You're getting the
This
truth.
isn't, a Polaris.
Yeah,
So
and other game companies.
You clicked it.
Yeah.
Now you have to watch the whole thing.
Or leave now. We don't care. We already
No,
got
you
the
stay.
ad money.
You stay.
No, yeah, you.
Be a man.
Yeah, David,
Jimmy,
Bill,
Steven,
Sal.
Juan.
Sure.
Anyway, let's talk about something amazing for a second, because despite the fact that it completely destroys the canon from the original trilogy, the gameplay launch trailer for Star Wars Battlefront is a thing of beauty. Just look at Endor in this fucking thing. Holy shit. And the joke where Boba Fett boots over the Sarlacc pit, and what we can only assume is a Tatooine map and says, "That won't happen again." Just incredible.
Yeah, just
job.
beautiful. This game is beautiful. I can't wait to play it. But speaking of games that we can't play because they aren't out yet or our company couldn't get us into the beta, let's talk about No Man's Sky because they have a brand new trailer and an official release date.
This game looks way too good to be true, so it probably is. And believe me, we're all hoping we have the same reaction that Stephen Colbert did recently when he saw a hands-on demo, but it's still a bit of mystery as to what you actually do in this gigantic game, which is basically a beefed-up RNG, I mean, like, do I plant my flag on a randomly generated planet and start naming shit? Who cares? Especially if the chance of seeing someone else is less than 1%, since it's so goddamn huge.
Yeah, who's gonna see my planet, damn it?
You get a gun at some point.
I named it a Rickysaurus and no one gives a shit!
Too many planets. This is what happens when you have too much real estate.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we'll just have to wait on this one. It's probably gonna be great.
Sure. But let's talk about Overwatch, not Battleborn, Overwatch. Because aside from the very minuscule flaws that I've heard about online, mainly dealing with the UI, but who cares? It looks like it really is living up to Blizzard's perfect standard of game making, and is reportedly a lot of fun.
Oh, that's just my kind of game.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get into the beta at some point to check it out, but apparently we're just as scrubby as the rest of you. The future for beta testers is looking pretty bleak, with Blizzard reps saying,
as a reminder, our primary objective for the closed beta is to get focused, hands-on gameplay feedback. So the number of participants in this phase of the beta will be relatively small as a result, though we will continue to add more people throughout its duration.
From time to time, we'll also be hosting beta test weekends, during which bigger groups of players will be called on to stress test our hardware and make sure it's ready for launch. Look for more information on these testing opportunities in the near future.
And then it cuts away from gameplay and it's Nathan Fillion delivering that news.
Nathan Fillion here.
Hi, it's a
You're
great game.
nerd Jesus at your service.
Anyways, hi Blizzard, let us play. Please. Can we play the game?
Please.
Thank you. But before we get into Shibby ripping on a game that you all love, and that you already hate us for ripping on, let's take a swing at a nice, easy target. Nintendo.
Remember when we all heard that Nintendo was getting into the mobile game market and our brains were filled with fanciful dreams of us sitting back with our phones and tablets to play classics like Legends of Zelda, Super Mario Bros., Metroid, or even Super Smash Bros.?
Well, too bad, because not only is Nintendo's first mobile game just a shitty Mii creator that serves to make a character of just you that hasn't changed in design since the release of the Wii almost a decade ago, it's also delayed.
Yeah, this game was supposed to be released this fall, but despite the fact that it looks so simple that a college student with a free Saturday night and a few pills of Adderall could crank out a more polished version of it, it's being pushed back to March 2016.
Ridiculous. Now, it's free to play, but you can buy hats and glasses.
Oh, fuck
great!
No.
And you guys, you can also chat with other Mii characters.
What?
Who cares?
Shibby, get over here.
Come on. You look very comfortable today.
That all sounds terrible.
Yeah, gaming sucks.
Halo 5 Guardians is my pick for the worst choose your adventure game of the year. Path A takes you down a sad, lonely road while playing the campaign solo while you babysit your retarded AI squad each mission. Or Path B, which removes the campaign component, but then you are babysitting your actual retard human squad in multiplayer.
Right.
The new revive mechanic in the campaign is one of the worst additions to the franchise. Instead of making you actually play tactically and fear getting killed, it instead allows you to derp around like a fuckboy, wait to get revived, and continue button mashing further in the level without challenging or changing your playstyle depending on enemy types because there's little fear of failure. Yeah. I find the culprit for this change from Mad Mode Legendary difficulty to My Little Pussy gameplay is now the critically acclaimed teen rating instead of the Spartan-tested Cortana-approved mature rating that every other Halo title had. Boring weapon design continues from the previous Halos, and 343 arguably removed the best feature in Halo franchise, the split-screen co-op. Boo! Bungie should be rolling over in its self-dug Destiny grave because Halo 5 Guardians by 343 is the worst choose-your-adventure game since the end sequence of Mass Effect 3. 0 out of 10, Master Chief should be ashamed.
Okay, now listen, if someone out there needs to add Shippy's review to the Metacritic score so we can bring the fucking final number of this game down. But listen, Shibby is Master Chief Keef, and he's too high all the time to give an accurate review of anything aside from the dank nugs at his local weed store. So again, we turn to the internet and real human beings to remind us what they thought about Halo 2 on Amazon.
This review comes from Darth Raideron, and it's titled, I liked it better the first time I played it when it was called Turok. I will never understand the obsession with first-person shooters. They are all the same, and Halo is no different. Oh, you get to drive in a vehicle. Been there, done that in the 80s and 90s. Just like Eminem, it's tired, folks. Move on.
I love the Eminem reference. This is from 2004. So he was really
And he
sticking
was right. Eminem just disappeared. Haven't heard from him in 11 years. Also, first-person shooters as a genre just quickly took a nosedive around 2004. As we all remember.
I just love that this dude roasted Eminem in 2004, possibly at the height of his career.
Yeah.
It's all played out like Eminem. He'll never go on to record a song with Rihanna and top the charts. It's ridiculous.
This guy's like a opposite day Nostradamus. I want to know. We need to track down more of this guy's reviews.
Yeah, we can probably click his
iPhone. What
profile.
is this bullshit?
This
We'll never
is
catch
garbage.
on. There's no buttons on it.
Anyways, guys, we have a brand new episode of Weekly Weird News, and it's probably the best one we've done in months, so watch that. Also, we have a pretty good podcast about our parents letting us look at boobs when we were way too young.
Not their boobs.
No, well, yeah, of course. You should have seen my dad's boobs. They were beautiful. Anyways, there's another Tech Tuesday, and there's stuff in that.
Just
What are we
watch
doing?
I don't.
You watched this. The other stuff's
Oh,
better.
Tech Tuesday is about Gamergate.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, gamers.
Yeah, Gamergate's still a thing, and
Apparently.
somebody's mad about something. We'll never find out what it is.
Get
but
your pitchforks and click on the video.
yeah, enjoy.
All right.